It's Week 10 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Nick Chubb. He had a week off last week, now ready to get moving again after the bye. It's the Browns and the Texans, and it comes your way next.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Ooh, with a juke. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There is, and for guys on defense, they've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. They'll set up to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Houston. A.J. Brown, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by a familiar face. This is Houston's first-round pick, of course, back in 2017, Deshaun Watson. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Watson on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Texans at 2-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Back to throw again.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Rowe. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. 2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Clock
clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man. It's Brown. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, they go right back to Pierce. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Rowe. And he is going to have a Texans first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
They've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Rowe. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
Okay, ready?
They'll run here with Pierce. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Dameon Pierce with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole, and it leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Right back to Njoku. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And again, it's Chubb. Down right around the 25. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Here's Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Well, Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
2nd and 9 now. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But but no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Cleveland offense making their way out. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They begin this drive with Chubb fumbled it, and the Texans scoop it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 34. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
On the check.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rowe, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. Rowe. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Looking to throw. He finds his man. Complete. That's Rowe. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Nifty move. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Chubb. Oh, good move. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Watson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together to watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal, and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Start.
2nd and 5. And this is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up a throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful. And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Being chased out left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cooper. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. 3rd and 2, Watson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin in the AFC. Baltimore paying a visit to Nashville to take on Tennessee, and they've gone to the locker rooms. 10-0 the score in that one. The Ravens seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Next, we head off to check out another.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd in a couple. Watson now to throw. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a first down throw. Watson steps away, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Chubb. Back-to-back catches for him. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rowe. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, Rowe. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. They'll get this to about the 38. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Chubb running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now Watson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Oh, able to avoid him. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
From the 40 now on second down. Watson over the middle, complete. It's McDonald.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 25 yards that time. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions, and the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
To the air yet again, Watson. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Watson. Flush to his, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are back within a score.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember. They had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete.
Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson, option left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now this throw caught left side. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, That's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Again, it's Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Browns. Donovan Peoples-Jones, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
Well, Charles, I think you and I both agree these guys were outplayed in that first half, and the scoreboard reflected that, but they've come out since halftime. They've looked like a different team.
And it makes you wonder what was said and done in that locker room, because they've made some nice adjustments, and they're executing better. I think they got some fiery guys on that sideline that had a few things to say at the half, and now they've come out with a vengeance.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Gordon would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Out of the gun now on third down. This will be caught, and he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage,
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Ross Blacklock able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. A shotgun snap for Watson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Watson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Pierce gets this one running right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Pierce now up the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Rowe. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Okay, a big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. On first down, it's Watson. And McDonald here over the middle. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go up the middle with Chubb, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got some space here. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
3rd down as a defender, all you're thinking about is getting off the field. How do you stop this last play? But if you don't wrap up when you tackle and you play it back like this, all of a sudden he's taking it to the house. And now you're looking at each other wondering, what did we do wrong on that play?
Now Cade York for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. Houston set to take over. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They'll come out throwing here on first down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're going to look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Another carry for Pierce. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jordan Phillips breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So a big one coming here for Kaimi Fairbairn. This for the lead in the final stages. And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
After the sack on first down, Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 151 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. York on now for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So now the Texans down by 7. And time, a huge factor. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch.
I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but partner, the defense was ready, able to force it to be incomplete. Ball game over.
Look, let's face it, everybody wants to work the ball in closer and take a more high percentage pass to try and tie the game. But the Hail Mary, that's what they had to work with. And now they're just hoping that their jumpers can get up higher and are stronger than the defenders. Not the case in this instance. They end up losing the game.
So for Cleveland, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Houston, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.